From the shadowed corners of forgotten battlefields, a chilling tale emerges. This is The Widow's Grasp, a story woven from the threads of ancient dread and modern despair. It is a cinematic Horror-Wuxia, where the echoes of war meet the whispers of the supernatural. This narrative delves into the profound scars left by conflict, exploring the insidious nature of post-war trauma. It reveals how the horrors of the past can manifest in terrifying, otherworldly forms. Prepare for a journey into a realm where peace is a fleeting illusion and terror lurks in every shadow. Sergeant Vang Xiong walked a path of mud and memory, each step a testament to the war he had survived. Once he stood tall, a proud warrior forged in the crucible of combat. Now he was a hollow man, his spirit eroded by the endless conflict. His rifle, once a symbol of his duty, felt like an unbearable weight, a cold reminder of the lives taken and the peace lost. He sought solace, a return to the family he barely remembered, a desperate yearning to reclaim the soul that had been shattered. The jungle, a tearing, muddy expanse, mirrored his internal turmoil. Monsoon rains lashed down, each drop a cold tear on the face of a land that refused to heal. This arduous journey was more than a physical trek. It was a descent into the depths of his own fractured being. He moved through the oppressive humidity, a ghost in a world that had forgotten how to be whole. Every rustle of leaves, every distant cry, was a phantom echo of the battlefield. Then, through the relentless downpour, a shape emerged from the verdant chaos. A house, half swallowed by the encroaching forest, stood like a forgotten sentinel. It was a place of profound seclusion, a silent monument to the unknown and the lurking danger it promised. An unsettling silence clung to the structure, the kind that did not merely exist but actively listened. It was a stillness that pressed in, heavy and suffocating, hinting at secrets buried deep within its decaying walls. The air itself was thick with a sweet, cloying scent, a jasmine fragrance that was profoundly wrong, sickly and unnatural. Dust lay heavy on every surface inside, coating the furniture like shrouds over forgotten graves. Each object seemed to hold a breath, a memory suspended in time, waiting to be disturbed. The very air hummed with an unspoken history, a chilling premonition of decay and horrors long dormant. A faint whisper drifted from the upper floor, a sound barely perceptible above the drumming rain. Then, a distinct thump, heavy and deliberate, shattered the oppressive silence. Vang's soldier instincts flared, his rifle snapping up, its cold steel a familiar comfort against the rising dread. He ascended the creaking stairs, each step a deliberate challenge to the unseen presence above. At the end of a long, shadowed hall, a flickering light revealed a figure. She stood motionless, a pale, unsettling silhouette against the dim glow. She was wrong, profoundly so, her stillness unnatural. Her Hmong dress, traditional and elegant, seemed to absorb the light, making her appear as if she were woven from shadow itself. Her eyes, milky white and utterly empty, were fixed on him, yet saw nothing. This was the widow. A voice, ancient and chilling, seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. "You intrude," it hissed, a sound that scraped against the raw edges of Vang's soul. The widow moved then, not walking, but lurching forward with unnatural speed. Her limbs jerked like a broken puppet, each movement a grotesque parody of life. Her fingers elongated, twisting into razor-sharp claws, glinting faintly in the dim light. Vang reacted instantly, swinging his rifle butt, then fired. The shot ripped through the air, a desperate defiance against the impossible. But the widow did not flinch. The bullet passed through her, leaving no mark, no impact. She was impervious, a nightmare made flesh. A scream tore from her throat, not of pain, but of pure, unadulterated rage. It echoed through the house, shaking the very floorboards, a primal shriek that promised only destruction. This was no mere ghost. This was something ancient, twisted, and terrifyingly alive. Vang's heart hammered against his ribs, a frantic drumbeat of terror. He turned, scrambling down the stairs, his boots slipping on the slick, decaying wood. The widow was relentless, a shadow of death at his heels. Her claws scraped against the banister, a horrifying symphony of pursuit. Her cries ripped through the silence, tearing at the fabric of his sanity. He burst through the front door, gasping for air, the monsoon rain a sudden cold shock against his face. Freedom was a fleeting hope, a desperate prayer. But as he stumbled into the downpour, an iron claw clamped around his ankle. The widow's grip was impossibly strong, pulling him back into the abyss. He kicked, fought, his muscles screaming in protest, tearing himself free with a desperate surge of adrenaline. The widow's scream, a sound of pure, unholy fury, pierced the sky as Vang ran, never looking back. Vang Xiong had escaped, but he was never truly safe. The jungle, once a symbol of his torment, now offered a fragile, temporary refuge. He had survived the war, a conflict of flesh and steel, but the widow's grasp would never let him go. Her spectral touch lingered, a chilling reminder that some battles are never truly won. The trauma of his past, the horrors he had witnessed, had found a new supernatural form. This was the enduring nature of his torment, the inescapable grip of a past that refused to release him. His journey was a terrifying blend of physical and psychological horror, a testament to the unseen wounds that fester long after the fighting ends. The widow's grasp was not merely a physical threat. It was the embodiment of his deepest fears, a haunting echo of a world forever scarred,